with White Labs, an e-commerce marketing agency. Today's guest is Josh. Josh, feel free to introduce yourself and let our viewers know a little bit more about your background.
Sounds good. Yeah, my name is Josh Sprague. I'm the owner of Orange Mud, and I design hydration packs for runners and cyclists all around the world.
Awesome. Well, tell me more about how Orange Mud came about.
Yeah, so we started Orange Mud about 12 years ago, and one of the reasons that got us going is that I was very frustrated with current hydration packs on the market. They bounced, they squeezed, they rubbed you wrong. There was basically nothing comfortable about them. So after a long day of a long 8-mile run or something, I think for that day in training, I decided to destroy a few pieces of stuff laying around my house and kind of crafted up this custom backpack with a hotel sewing kit and a gunsling and a ratchet strap and a variety of things. And next thing you know, it actually worked. And told my wife it'd be probably an investment of $50,000, and worst case we'd have 2 backpacks worth $25,000 each, perfectly designed for us. And then the rest is history. Just took off from there.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's great, man. Well, who is your, I know you said runners. Is that your ideal target audience? Runners, marathon runners?
Yeah, everything that we've done has been based upon endurance. So, we do a lot in the trail, ultra running space, marathon space, Ironman space. We actually started, for the most part, in the Ironman space is what I was actually training for at the time. And I wanted a better hydration system for Ironman specifically. But that being said, I'm passionate about cycling, and we have done enormous growth in endurance mountain biking, endurance gravel biking, and we make workout accessories for a lot of people. So we have crossed into the road biking and other spaces as well, where they may not use a hydration pack as often. But yeah, we've kind of branched into anything endurance is the way I look at it. But that being said, we still cover the ton of runners that are in the, run. If you want to carry your phone and go for a jog, we have a pack for you too.
Awesome. That's great. What makes you different, or my favorite thing, better than your competitors?
Sure. Yeah. So one of my biggest focal points has always been quality, which seems like I think everybody always says that, but it's just true. A lot of stuff on the market today comes in from somewhere in Asia, and the quality is usually second rate. And you buy things with the plan of it dying in the very near future. You hope it's going to last longer, but everybody, I think, has an expectation that zippers are going to fail, fabric's going to break down, and things just aren't going to last. I think we've kind of, the society have almost evolved a bit to a disposable based product purchasing, but that's not how we operate. And so everything that I have done in every single design, I build in a failure point just in case somebody was to abuse it and overuse a pack. We build in failure points. When it comes to zippers, we use YKK, which are the best in the business. And then of course, with all of our materials, and you'll notice this in our products, you'll see a lot of continuity between all the materials, because once we've ironed in a material that works, we stick with it because we know it's not going to fail. And now 12 years in, we have people that have the same packs they bought 12 years ago. And the only reason they bought new ones is because they wanted a new color, new styles. So quality is something that I take very much to heart, as it's my design. And I don't want anybody to come up to me somewhere and be like, hey, your pack failed during my race and ruined my race. That's the last thing I'd ever want to happen to me, nor somebody. And the other huge piece is no bounce. And that's always been the strategy since the very beginning. Our packs, they don't move. When you run, they just track on you. Where a lot of packs, you see them, they bounce or they slide, and bouncing or sliding or any movement whatsoever with the hydration pack is going to cause chaffing. And we've just stayed completely away from that category. And it's why sometimes it takes me 2-3 years to get a pack perfect, because it takes a lot of adjusting and then testing with different body types to make sure it's going to work. So yeah, no bounce hydration and rock solid quality is our focus.
Awesome. No, I definitely have seen these. My wife ran the New York City Marathon a few years ago, and I definitely saw some of your packs out there. The more I think, I see the brand out there. I remember it now. So it's great.
Sure. Yeah. I know you're not technically supposed to be able to use our packs in New York Marathon or Boston and some of these bigger ones anymore, but still a lot of people do. And it's kind of goofy because I understand, like, you're not supposed to be wearing a giant backpack because you could be a bomber. And I understand that, but ours is like a bottle, and it's crazy. And so a lot of people do get away with it, but and as they continue to crack down, but it's another, it's a frustration point. Yeah.
So what are you, you have a good amount of products. What is your best-selling product?
Yeah, so we have 2. So we have our endurance pack on the hydration pack category is our number 1 selling hydration pack. And then we have what's called the transition wrap. And it's a changing towel and seat cover. It's arguably, not even arguably, it is what put us on the map. We've always been different with our hydration packs, from bottles in the back and even just how it rides high and all this stuff. But what I've learned through design is that doing something totally different than everybody else isn't always easy. As a matter of fact, it's 100%. Usually hard. And you would think people would just be like, oh, wow, yeah, I like that. But we'd have people tell us, like, no, that's stupid. People put bottles on the front. I'm like, do you wear a backpack on your chest? You don't. Of course, that's where you put the weight of the water. But so there's a lot of struggles you find in business when you're doing things different. And our Changing Towel seat cover is no different in that case, because I took a belt, a laser cut nylon belt, and an injection molded clip, and so you can wrap this towel around your waist so you can clip it so your towel doesn't fall off when you're changing in public from surf or run or bike, whatever. And then when you get in your car after exercise, you put a towel in the seat and it always slides off the seat. Well, I put a zipper in the top, so you zip it up and it doesn't slide off your seat, and there's no Velcro or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about ruining things in your wash. Because I always get people say, "Oh yeah, I'll just sew on Velcro and it'll be way cheaper." I'm like, yeah, you can, and it's going to ruin your $50 favorite shirts. So go ahead. But the transition wrap is really what put us on the map, because that's something that once people see it, they're like, I get that. I need that. I'll take 4 of them. And it's just been a game changer. So yeah, those two are top.
I could see how that would make sense. So what are some, most of our listeners are entrepreneurs like yourself and have e-commerce brands. What are some challenges that you've had in the past few years, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, the challenges, honestly, in the last few years have been Facebook. Facebook is what we've really built our business on, and it's been a great platform for us. And for the most part, still is. But man, Facebook has been so hard to either A, get a positive return, or B, measure positive return. So right now we're at a point where we aren't sure, like our ROAS isn't what I want it to be. But given the attribution window shrink that we saw, was it last year? Maybe it was late 20 to 7 days. We're just not sure what we're measuring. You can only go out so far. And between that, with Apple changes and all, it just made measurement of conversions so tough. And so there's a little bit of kind of lick your finger, put it in the air and see which way the wind's blowing. You're like, I think we're good. I think it's blowing in the right direction. But man, that's brutal. And of course, Amazon at the same time is raising all their fees. And we built a business on e-com. And I still believe in e-com. It's great. But I have 2 teams, one that manages Amazon, one that manages Facebook for me and Instagram. And man, it's a grind to make it work great. And like, we're thriving on Amazon. We're up 100 year to date on Amazon. But with the dang fees creeping up, that it lessens my excitement for it. So it's just a relentless pursuit of content, nailing down your audience, and test. I mean, that's all we can do at this point, and that's what we continue to do. And we're at least maintaining a more positive Amazon ROAS. And I hope with summer coming, our ROAS with Facebook will pick up. And so sometimes this time of year, it's always what you just deal with in many businesses is a low ROAS, because there's less people purchasing after Christmas. Everything's kind of quiet through Q1. And then usually it comes into Q2 and everybody starts training and starts investing back in themselves and equipment. So yeah, right now it's test content, prove out process, test audience, prove out process, and then cross your fingers and hope that things are going to work out this summer.
Awesome. What else? Any other activities that you've done that have been successful for the brand?
Yeah,
besides Facebook, Amazon?
Yeah, we don't have much luck on Google. We spend some money there, and we've tried all kinds of things, and it's just been so-so. But we have done a lot of grassroots marketing since the start. I believe in small business, small enterprise, just like us, and so we've spent a lot of time and investments into sponsoring and activating at small events all around the country. And the cool part about that is that we're able to go out and meet and have people like touch our actual products, so it's kind of a different ballgame when they go out and try it on and they meet the owner, and then I can sit there and tell them, or my sales team, and we can tell them like, here's why we're different. Like, touch it, feel it, put it on, go for a little jog, see what you think. And that's been huge, the grassroots side. We also have a big ambassador program that we've had since the beginning, and we have about 900 people in there now. All of them have always been users of our product. It's not one that we're just like, hey, join being an ambassador for us. I get spam like that all the time on our corporate pages, and we don't do that. We have an open link on our website. We promote it a little bit, to our own audience, and to say, hey, if you want to join our, it's basically a group of like-minded individuals. We like to have fun and train to race all over the country. We meet up in various places, and we have team events and challenges, whatever. But they too have been really critical back in the beginning when we were teeny. But even as we scale, they continue to be really impactful for helping to organically spread messages about our brands. So yeah, that's been a massive part in the beginning. And as you grow, things all kind of start to change. And of course, the organic side of Facebook and Instagram has changed. It hurts everybody, I think. It hurts your own personal reach, let alone a business reach. But so it's no knock on the ambassadors. It's just algorithm, I guess, in this case, algorithm and popularity of the channel. But yeah, those are the kind of the key components of what we found for success for us.
Awesome. Are you in any retail?
Yeah, we're in about probably 500 stores. We're distributed in roughly 30 countries. COVID definitely put the hammer on a lot of international exports, but yeah, we're in a ton of retail stores. Fleet Feet is a huge chain partner of ours that we are big fans of. But we sell exclusively in specialty retail. We don't sell in any big box. But yeah, if you look
Okay.
for specialty run store, bike store, there's a good chance you're going to find us around the country.
That's great. That's awesome. Any
Yeah.
advice you could give aspiring entrepreneurs looking to enter the hydration / endurance running industry?
Yeah, man. The first would be to make sure you got a good checkbook to cover the launch. When we started, I kind of said in the intro that I told my wife it'd probably cost $50,000. We spent 54 in that first year, and that was just basically getting the product off the ground and small batch samples ready, or first 2 packs or whatever made in the U.S. And then from there, the expenses only have and continue to go up. But you just need a lot to be able to test in digital advertising. And because that's how most everybody grows anymore. I guess if you have some magic to just go jump in some big box retail, then great. But yeah, the digital advertising side, you will lose money in months and you will hopefully make it in others. But it really is number one. You got to have a cushion and build it as long as you can. I didn't quit my job for 2.5 years after starting, and my wife quit about 1.5 years in after our second kid. But man, it really is something I can't stress enough. You keep your day job until you have the business up and going, and you're at a point that you feel you're either making enough to live, or you have some savings and you have a plan like I can go full throttle. It's my plan. We weren't making enough for me to quit at the time. Our net profit was 20 grand that year when I quit my day job, but I knew if I could dedicate full time versus working 30 hours while I'm half dead from already working 80, I knew I could probably get it there. So we set aside 100 grand in that first year, and I told my wife if we went through it all, I go back to work. And we got down to $16 in our checking account, and that's when we started being able to kind of tilt up a little bit and pay ourselves, and everything it's been sunshine and rainbows ever since, which would be a lie, but it's business is tough, but it is a lot of fun. The rewards are awesome. The challenges are just relentless, and especially I think everybody in today's e-com world will probably agree with me. It's insanity to keep up with, especially sales taxes. The paperwork side is staggering. It's amazing how much harder some of these things have gotten. I feel bad for anybody jumping into it now that doesn't already have kind of established process. But hey, if you got a good product, you just got to believe in it and make sure you enjoy it and go full throttle.
Awesome. It's great advice, and that's an amazing story you have. What is your future plan for the brand and yourself?
Yeah, future plan is let's keep going. I started a second business 4.5 years ago, and we do embroidery, laser engraving, screen printing, and it started out of spite because we outsource for my other business, or we used to a lot of customization of one of our products, and the local businesses suck so bad that I started a business to hurt them, and then I didn't expect it to take off like it has. So I somewhat honestly got distracted over the last few years as a result of growing my business. And now my other business is bigger than this business.
Wow.
But what is cool about that is now my other business operates pretty well without me, which is really the focal point that I wanted to do this time around. And, I, of course, am a key part, but I don't have to be there all the time. So my focal point over this past probably year now is about 10 months, is I've just been burying myself back into the Orange Mud side and focusing more on its growth, because I admittedly did let it kind of just go on even keel there for a while. And, it's seemingly like you always feel, as I think most business owners, you feel like you can do everything. And my wife frequently reminds me that I think I just have like 50 hours in a day, and I try to achieve that, but the reality is you can only do so much. And so now that the Seven Clay, our other entity, is operating well without me, I'm just kind of burying back into Orange Mud, growing some new designs, really working on the scalability, focus on Amazon, which is really the first time ever. We've always sold on Amazon, of course, via FBA, but we didn't put in a heavy focus on the advertising side. And I hired an agency just for that, and so we work together closely, and that was in May of last year, and we ended up being up, was it 60%? We were down 30 on Amazon as of May last year, and by the end of the year we were up, I think it was 60. So it was awesome. And again, this year we're up. So we have had some great traction on Amazon, which in a way is exciting because Facebook's been brutal this past year to achieve a positive ROAS. You see all these agencies out there that tell you they achieve it. And I'm here to tell you, I've tried a lot of them and they don't. And it really is kind of a struggle. And to see Amazon doing so well, we're really continuing to put some efforts into how do we streamline costs there? How do we scale into, like, currently we're activating Amazon Canada. We just activated Amazon Canada, and we intend to activate Amazon UK and Amazon Germany over this next 1 to 1.5 years. And yeah, we just hope to really scale that and kind of grow our footprint that we have. We have a really nice core product line that covers pretty much every space and distance of your athletic ability. And so now it's just doubling down on that.
Sounds great, Josh. Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast and learning more about Orange Mud and yourself. And thank you for your time today.